Jaguar get in 1 year? Well, first you have to know how much sleep they got. So I'm looking at the Jaguar, and here it shows 77 hours per week. Well, in a year, there are 52 weeks. Kind of an important fact here for the real world. So that means I need to take the 52 weeks and multiply it times the 77 hours. So I have to do my ones place first, just like we did in the problems prior. So 2 times 7 is 14. 2 times 7 is 14, plus the 1 is 15. Remember, I'm going to put my place saver here, and the reason I put that there is because I'm really multiplying in the tens position now. I'm really multiplying 77 by 50, not necessarily by 5. So that 0 indicates that. So I have 5 times 7, which is 35, and 5 times 7, which is 35, plus the 3 is 38. And I'm going to add that up, and I'm going to get 4 plus 0 is 4, 5 plus 5 is 10, carry my 1, 8 plus 1 is 9, plus 1 more is 10, and 3 plus 1 is 4, so I get 4,004 hours. So you're going to write 4,004, my pen will work, hours. Okay, on the next problem we have, in 1 year, how many more hours of sleep does a giant armadillo get than a platypus? Well, this is kind of a three-point problem. First, I need to know how much a giant amador gets. Then I need to know how much a platypus gets. Then I can find out how many more hours of sleep they get. So I'm going to take a second, I'm going to erase the board, and then start with a fresh paper. All right, so a giant armadillo gets 127 hours a year. So that's times the 52 weeks. This is my armadillo. And then my platypus gets 98 hours times the 52 weeks. So let's solve these first. So again, I start with my ones position. 2 times 7 is 14. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. 2 times 1 is 2. Put my space saver, because remember I'm doing 127 times 50 now, because I'm on the tens position. 5 times 7 is 35. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 3 is 13. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 1 is 6. So now I have 4 plus 0 is 4. 5 plus 5 is 10. 3 plus 2 is 5, plus 1 more is 6. And then I have 6. So I have 6,604 for my armadillo. For my platypus, I start again with the ones position. 2 times 8 is 16, carry my 1. 2 times 9 is 18, plus the 10 that I had to carry, which is 19. My space saver, because now I'm going to be using the tens position. 5 times 4 is 40. 5 times 9 is 45, plus 4 is 49. Add them together. I get 6 and 0 is 6, 9 and 0 is 9, 9 plus 1 is 10, carry my 1, 4 plus 1 is 5. So now that I have how many hours an armadillo sleeps and how many hours the platypus sleeps, I need to find out how many more hours. So I'm going to have to do some subtraction here. So I have 6,604 hours minus 5,096 hours. Well, I always put the bigger number on top. And even though I put the larger number on top, in the ones position, I don't have enough ones to subtract the 6. So I'm going to have to take from the tens position. But again, I don't have enough ones to subtract or to borrow from. So I'm going to have to go to the hundreds position. And I'm going to have to take one of the hundreds away, leaving me with 500. So if I'm going to regroup those, then that means I'm going to have 10 pieces here, but one of them is going to need to be used in my ones place. So I'm going to end up making this be a 9, and this is going to be a 14, because I'm going to need, again, this borrowing, I would have 10 ones when I regroup, but I need to take one of those away so that I can add a 10 to the 14 so I can subtract the 6. So 6 take away 14 is going to be 8. 9 take away 9 is 0. 5 take away nothing is going to be 5. And 6 take away 5 is going to be 1. So I have 1,508. So the difference is 1,508 508 hours. Okay, this next problem is also another one of those multiple step problems. So I have owl monkeys sleep during the day and waking about 15 minutes after sundown to find food. At midnight, they rest for an hour or two and then continue to feed until sunrise. They live about 27 years. How many hours of sleep does an owl monkey that lives 27 years get in a lifetime? Well, first of all, an owl monkey gets about 119 hours of sleep per week. So before I could find out 27 years, I need to find out how many in 1 year. So I'm going to take my 119, I'm going to multiply it by 52 weeks so that I can know exactly how much sleep they get in 1 year. So I start with my ones position. 2 times 9 is 18. 2 times 1 is 2, plus the 1 is 3. 2 times 1 is 2. And then I'm going to put my space saver because, again, I'm moving over and I'm doing the tens place now. 5 times 4 is 40. 9 times 5 is 45. 5 times 1 is 5, plus the 4 is 9. 5 times 1 is 5. So 8 and 0 is 8. 5 and 3 is 8. 9 and 10 is 11. Carry my 1. 5 and 1 is 6. So I get 6,188 hours a year, but I need 27 years. So now I'm going to take the 27 years and I'm going to multiply the 6,188 times that, so I can find out how many hours it would be in 27 years. So I'm going to do my ones place. 7 times 8 is 56. 7 times 8 is 56, plus the 5 is 61. 7 times 1 is 7, plus the 6 is 13. 7 times 6 is 42, plus the 1 is 43. So I'm going to put my space saver because, again, I'm moving over to the tens place, so I'm really multiplying 6,188 by 20. So now I have 8 times 2, which is 16, carry my 1. 8 times 2 is 16, plus the 1 is 17, again, carry the 1. 2 times 1 is 2, plus the 1 is 3. 2 times 6 is 12. So now I get 6 and 0 is 6. 6 plus 1 is 7. 7 plus 3 is 10. 3 plus 3 is 6, plus 1 is 7. 4 plus 2 is 6. And 1 plus nothing is 1. So I'm going to get 167,076. Okay, number 20. Three-toed sloths move very slowly, using little energy as possible. They sleep, eat, and even give birth upside down. Baby sloth may cling to its mother for as much as 36 weeks after being born. How much of that time is the sloth asleep? So if I'm looking at the sloth, amount of hours per usual week is 101. 101, and we're talking 36 weeks. So I have 101 times 36 weeks. 6 times 1 is 6. 6 times 0 is 0. 6 times 1 is 6. My space saver, because again, I'm moving over to the tens place. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 0 is 0. 3 times 1 is 3. I add them up. 6 and 0 is 6. 0 and 3 is 3. 6 and 0 is 6. 3 and 0 is 3. So I get 3,636 hours. Now the last question, number 21. A sloth's maximum speed on the ground is 15 feet in 1 minute. Even though it would be unlikely for a sloth to stay in motion for more than a few moments, how far would a sloth travel in 45 minutes at that speed? So, if they're going to travel 15 feet in 45 minutes, I'm going to take the 45 minutes and multiply the 15 feet and see, because if they can go 15 feet every 1 minute, I want to know how many they want to go for 45 minutes. I'm going to need to multiply those two numbers together. So looking at the ones position, 5 times 5 is 25. 5 times 4 is 20, plus 2 is 22. Put my place saver because now I'm moving to the tens position, and I've got 1. 1 times 5 is 5. 1 times 4 is 4. So I'm going to add that up. 5 plus 0 is 5. 5 plus 2 is 7. 4 plus 2 is 6. So I get 675 feet in 45 minutes. Please work on your math homework.